to episode 3 of Recite Night. Man, I remember writing this poem and feeling so down on myself just in general. Was really trying to figure out who I was emotionally, try to figure out who I was as a person, and was just going through it heavy with becoming a new parent, trying to maintain life in a healthy way without any guidance, right? I dealt with a lot as a child with my attitude and anger issues and stuff like that, but there was more to me, right? And I never knew how to really be, just who I was for real. I'm the youngest, my parents' kid, so I always kind of was running after my brothers, kind of doing what they were doing. And once I had got married, once I started having kids, like it just was like a sack of bricks just placed on me, just trying to figure out, who I was. I remember, finishing this piece, kind of reading it back and kind of feeling sorry for myself, just because it's so difficult to be an emotional being as a guy, especially in the time that I came up in, and the environment that I came up in. So being emotional was not a good look, and people really made sure that you knew that. And so I just got my pen and I got to work, because that's what I do. That's how I express myself. So again, thank you for tuning in to this episode. I appreciate every view that you give. Please share and subscribe to the YouTube page if you can. But tonight episode, Recite Night with Kamplexx, Conversations with I. I met this guy the other day and he cried out, "Please listen to my struggle." He said he was puzzled because for so long his words had been muzzled. I could tell by his face his heart was becoming frigid and cold, and the pressure that was building was killing his soul. So I said, "I'll listen," and he just let it all go. He said his heart hurt from the harshness of pillar to posting, and though he's on solid ground, felt as if he was in the middle of oceans. I tried to respond. He said, "Please don't talk. I asked you to listen." Thought he was upset because he started looking pissed. Then broke out in tears and said for years he wanted to speak. He confided in me, telling me how he couldn't sleep, dwelling on past issues. I tried to hand him a tissue and he refused it. He said he was going to lose it if I didn't just stand there and listen. He said that his children were murdered by their mothers, a phrase that they were aborted. He felt shorted because he was not there to protect them. That's why he's selfish, and in his mind it's just him. He said he had concrete illusions about how he couldn't protect his mother, and he blamed his brothers because they were bigger than he was. He blamed his dad because everybody blamed him for looking just like him. So everything he did was just like him. The way he walked and talked was just like him. His temper and attitude was just like him. And he said all he wanted was for somebody to see him for just being him. Since no one did, he just pushed folks back, ran 4-6 flat on a journey to nowhere in a hurry. He said his vision was blurry and it was so hard for him to see, but upon return of his sight, he ran into me. He said that I looked like someone he knew. Then he said, "It is. It's you." Now I'm confused, like who? And he says you. I'm like, who? He says, "Think hard and you'll see the truth." I'm thinking hard, like this is the first time that I met you. His tears pour harder, and the sincerity he allows himself to show to a stranger troubles me, because in my mind I never met him. Still, my eyes envision the story he's telling me. So I ask him to calm down, and I begin to sit, and it hits. I'm letting him drive me crazy, trying to figure him out. And I get upset, and I yell, "Tell me how you know me." And he cries harder, and he just starts spitting it out. Someone comes near and he just yells, "Get out." And I'm nervous, like what's going to happen? My skin feels dry, like there's something around me cracking. And as we stand there crying, I feel his pulse getting nearer, and my son tugs at my leg. My son. It says, Daddy, why you crying? Why you talking to the mirror? Then I realized this is my inner child breaking free. And the face that I'm faced to defeat is the only face that I see, and it's me. So I stand there in awe, face to face with me. I speak, I see myself. I know what I need to be myself. I will not shed another tear and let this wall talk for me. I will speak myself. I'll walk in my own path and not follow nobody unless it's me, myself. And this is Conversations with I, me, myself. Now I'm going to let you look through the eyes I see with myself. I got a chip on my shoulder because I feel like the world's against me. I walk how I walk because it's my swagger. It's just in me. I talk how I talk because I'm surrounded by people who understand my speech, but best believe 9 to 5, I separate business from the streets. I'm so quiet because I listen, trying to get fat off thoughts. So I beg for attention when I speak because I'm trying to pass on to you the knowledge that I caught. I get so angry because my persona places me in a negative stereotype. But for the motherfucking record, I'm loud, handsome, intelligent, and talented. That's my stereotype. I walk with my head down because in my mind, I'm on cloud 9 in the sky. Want to thank you for tuning in to Conversations with me, myself, and I.